Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and His Son Yahusha Mashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo. Today is the 19th of June 2024. It's 10:40 a.m. Eastern Time, and I'm gonna do a little breakdown on Bitcoin, a little Wyckoff theory, a little pivots, a little volume profile, a little VWAP, anchored VWAP. So let's get started here. So first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna throw on these market profiles. These are the monthly market profiles here. We're on the daily chart. Let's see if we can get them on the weekly. No, we don't. So go back to the daily. Right, so this is the market profile we're working with currently. So let me just point that out. That's the value area high for the month. That's the POC, right? And that's the value area low. So you see those lines there, I have those marked out. Value area low 62388.59. POC is at 67484.66, and value area high is at 70785.98. Right, so let's see what's happening here. I'm gonna take these off. Right, so you see the market profile is basically it's a overlapping higher value. Right, so it's slightly, because you can see the previous month's value area low was right here as well. You can see that VAL is coinciding with this, but this value area high has moved up from previous value area high. So it could either be slightly a outside month or a overlapping higher value. So let me just do some here real quick. Overlapping higher value, right? So I like to label my stuff, right? Overlapping dash higher value. Very good. Right, let me just do this real quick. L dash HV. All right, so we have an overlapping higher value that's moderately bullish, but it's looking like we're getting a rejection of that thesis. So let's take these off. We just have the levels we're working with now. So from a market profile perspective, we got two touches here at value area high, which we're supposed to get a breakout right there in a moderately bullish environment. So we're getting a rejection of that thesis, right? So rejection of the value area high, came down here. We got some support on the monthly after this breakdown on the POC area, sorry. Came back up to the value area high, came down here, had a little interaction with the POC again, retested the POC right here, and now we're moving down. So next target should be like a fulfillment of like the whole value area, or like a traverse of the whole value area back down to the value area low for the monthly, right? So looking at 62388.59 as a possible target for that dip right there, right? So that's from a market profile perspective on the monthly market profile. So let me just open this up. This is a TPO on TradingView, and that's the indicator's name. I have it set on monthly. Monthly. The block size is 4 hours. The row size is auto. Ticks per row is 60,000, right? All right, so that's my settings right there. All right, so let's see here. Let's go up to the weekly. Right, so we can see some market profile levels. All right, so right now we're working with a uptrust after distribution. And why it's after distribution? Because we already had an uptrust here at this level. All right, we had an uptrust here, so this is an uptrust after distribution. So we had a whole hold on. Right, so this whole structure here was a whole structure that developed, right? So This was the uptrust. This is uptrust after distribution. So all this is the cause right here. Let me just right. So all of this is the cause right here. So this is after this distribution here, right? All right. So we're gonna work with the most recent activity. So in this uptrust after distribution scenario here, we're looking at a possible big breakdown to possibly automatic reaction, which is, wait, let me get my arrow, which is right here at 30,000. Now, well, actually on the daily it's 41,444.97. On the weekly it's 30,000. So people don't really want to accept that this could happen, right? But this is like from a Wyckoff perspective. After this uptrust, after distribution, if we don't start getting support at these levels here, like the buying climax, lowest point of supply, the preliminary supply on the daily, the automatic reaction on the daily, all these levels right here, right? All these levels right here, if we don't start getting support for continuation to the upside, after this uptrust, after distribution, could lead us all the way down, right? To even 15,000. Now, people don't even want to consider that, right? But it's just part of the Wyckoff distribution and accumulation structure, right? So you have to think about the big players. The big players here could be just pumping up and they're going to sell out to capture your bitcoins, right? So this is basically going to be a stop run. So all those people who are going to get scared of how much profit they have in the bank right now or in their crypto wallets, they're definitely going to sell before all of this is coming down to 15,000. And that's how the big players get to accumulate your bitcoin, right? So excuse me. So with that being said, you have to be cautious and look at certain levels of where you want to get out and where you want to get back in, right? So and this is not financial advice, this is just my opinion. I'm not a CFA, so I can't give you financial advice. This is just my opinion of how I see the charts, right? So the first level here, I would say, is the monthly value area low, right? So we're starting to get a little breakdown here, but I'm gonna go down to, let's go down to the daily, right? So after this retest right here, right? So we had this breakdown candle, a little buying came back up, thought we were gonna get the reversal right there at the POC, and that just retested the breakdown level, right? And that's where the selling has begun. We retested that POC again and more selling, right? Now this could be another retest, slight retest right here and another leg down, right? So just watching the pattern of how it's breaking down. Let's go down to the 1 hour chart where I have some weekly levels, right? So let's see, let's throw on the market profile here for the week, and you can see here this is for the current week right here. So we have value area high at 68,173.25, and that's in an overlapping lower value, so that's moderately bearish, and you can see we're actually moving down, right? So according to this profile here, market profile, we're actually following the moderately bearish and we're moving down. All right, so let's see here. So this is the POC, right? POC 66,175.12. Value area low is 65,956.36, right? So on the weekly, we have already broken down from the value area low, right, in a moderately bearish environment. So this is looking even more bearish. So looking at market structure here, right, so we had this breakdown of value area low, came down here, right, to almost current price. We had a pop back up, looking like if the buyers are taking control again. Came back down, retested the POC, and lost that value area low and POC quite aggressively. Came all the way down here, got some buyers, retested value area low, broke down again, retested value area low again in that general area, but created a lower high, right? And now we're taking another leg down. So as you can see right now, I'm in a paper trade, and it's actually short right now. I was looking for like a reversal here off of this course that was built, and we had this push up, but now we got this lower high, no continuation, and follow through to the downside, right? So right now I'm in a paper trade, and in this paper trade, right, I actually made this a $5 million account, you know, so one day I'll have that account. So I'm just living in the future, you know what I'm saying? So I'm taking big sizes on these paper trades. So it's 26 Bitcoin short from 65053.94, right? So just living in the future there a little bit, man. We coming down here. My target is 64,250.14, and let's check some levels here. What's the pivots? Yesterday's low is 6410.01, right? And let's see the Camarilla pivots here. We have Camarilla S4, and this is also a level here. Camarilla S3 got broken down from. Right, so we retested that a couple times and we lost that. So Camarilla S3 is 65203.55. And let me just take a quick look at what kind of Camarilla setup we have. What kind of, is it an overlapping lower value? And let's see here. I'm gonna point this out for you. And we're actually in a lower value week. Right, so previous Camarilla S3 was right here, and Camarilla R3 has now moved down past Camarilla S3, so that's a lower value relationship, which is the most bearish it could get. Right, so bearish, breaking down Camarilla S3, so we should get to at least Camarilla S4. So you know what, just off of good principle, let me put my take profit to Camarilla S4, right? So taking it down here to 63,796.42. So that's my take profit, and we should break yesterday's low. But let's see if we do that, right? So now we're gonna throw on the pivots. S1 is coupled with Camarilla S4, so that's a good target. I'm gonna just put my target right there, just above Camarilla S4. And you can see floor pivot S1 for the week is at 63,709.37. So this should be a target here, and all this bearishness coming in here for the week, this should be a target here. Right, so let's just look at some VWAP bands. Let me take off these floor pivots. Look at some anchored VWAP. This is anchored from the 9th of June. Right, anchored from the 9th of June, so we could get a full week's volume weighted average price, and into this week we can still have those levels here from last week, right? So I was looking at this as a possible Bowling Green strategy, and this is something I'm developing where I'm looking for a cause kind of being built between these two levels here. Right, that's why I was thinking about taking this long on the breakouts here, break above this first lower deviation. Right, so in the Bowling Green strategy, I'm looking for a cause built up and a breakout here to take a long back up to either VWAP or the first upper deviation band. Right, so that kind of got rejected. Right, so that's a flip of my my position right there, right? Because we're not getting above that first lower deviation and it's rejecting. and now we could get down to this level. So I think my take profit was somewhere around this level, but I think we're going to break down and get to Camarilla S4 and S1, right? Because I don't think this is going to hold anymore. This is kind of developing into a bearish kind of trend where it just retests these levels, like the first lower deviation. When you're in a bearish environment, it kind of pulls back and tests this first lower deviation. So I think that's what's going to happen here now. Let me see. All right, so that's the VWAP. Let's go to the volume profile. And this is from, wait, yo, hold on. Right, so that's anchored from the 11th of June. And this is basically, I think it's like a 2-week profile. So it's moving, it's moving. It's supposed to be from the 9th, but it's a 2-week profile. So it's moving along as the days go by. Right, so this one is anchored from the 11th. You see, we have the volume pointer control right up here at around 66,618.50, right? So we had a retest of that, broke down, retest, heavy selling from the volume pointer control, which if you're into volume pointer control and you know about it, you know that initiative sellers from the volume pointer control is a big deal. That kind of starts establishing a trend. Once they get heavy selling from this area, which we got that heavy aggressive selling from the volume pointer control, that's establishing what the big players want to do. So we came back here, created this high volume node, right? Couple retests on the high volume node around 65,426.36, and now we're looking to push down further, right? Low volume node here at the low. So let's see if we can break and create some new volume areas around my target, Camarilla S4 and Floor Pivot S1. And that's basically it, man. Just going down to the daily time frame. It's the same kind of setup here where we're actually losing this first lower deviation, heavy selling from first lower deviation. That's where I took the short from, right? So we tried to break above. I was looking at it as a possible Bowling Green strategy, right? For the reversal. Reversal is failing. Let me use the arrows, right? So possible building a cause underneath here, you know, in between these levels for the push up. Took a couple of these longs right here. Those failed, stopped out. Right, breaking down, big retest, came up here, didn't get above, this candle pushed up, and that's when I decided to go short. After this wick right here, heavy selling, came back up. You see we're retesting that. I think sellers are gonna push down even more, but let's see what happens here. I think we're going to break down this level though. Break down overnight low. We haven't broken down overnight low yet. So I think just from this candle, you could see that it's just a retest on this downtrend they're trying to establish. Some buyers are coming in. You know, people are going to be stubborn, fighting the trend, looking for reversals, looking for good entries on pullbacks and stuff like that. So these are going to be these guys fighting the heavy selling that's coming in, right? And that's basically my breakdown right now. I think we're going to, let's see if I could find it. Right, I think we're going to like 62,388.59. That's the monthly value area low in an overlapping higher value relationship. This is where real buyers should step in if they want to maintain this uptrend. Alright, y'all, so it's Malak Shalomo. That was my breakdown on Bitcoin. Let's see here. I have a Forex trade going on here on USD, JPY. US dollar is in my reversal zone right here. This is weekly Camarilla S3. We're getting a bounce there, but this US dollar is looking weak as well, man. Trying to get a reversal here. Seeing we're building a little course right here for a reversal, but still heavy selling, heavy selling, heavy selling, heavy selling. So let's see if we can maintain and get that bullish posture going on the US dollar. Um, on my quantum currency strength indicator, JPY is kind of weak, although US dollar is kind of weak as well, but against the US dollar, if this US dollar pops up, JPY is the weakest right now. So that's why I'm in a USD JPY long, right? So, and it's fighting right here to stay alive. You know, we're above the first upper deviation and the central pivots, getting some support here. So I have a little confidence in this trade. At least we could push up to probably this high level here and the second upper deviation band. Let's see, I want to point out some this website, webbookmap.com, for like cryptocurrencies. You could get like this free kind of heat map chart with all cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. So this is kind of cool here. If you want to check this out, it's webbookmap.com. So right now I have Bitcoin up here. It's on the 1 hour chart. And I also use this guy's live stream as well. It's K1M6A on YouTube. So he has a live Bitcoin bookmap feed, and it's much closer. You know, it's like a 5 minutes, so you can't really see further back than, you know, like about 20 minutes. So that's why checking out this will be good, where you could see, you could even go to the daily, right, and see the activities, see where the targets are. Let's see, there's a target here of liquidity at 64,000, right? So let's see, what was my target here again? I wanted to get to 63,796. So looking at that, I'm gonna put my target up a little bit to, I'm gonna move it up to yesterday's low, which is 64,000, right? So go in with this this heat map here. We have 64,000 as the first liquidity to get to. So I'm gonna leave my target here at 64,000 for now. All right, y'all. So it's Malak Shalomo. That was my Bitcoin trade breakdown. I have a little trade going on here, a little paper trade, and yeah, that's it. Y'all trade safe and stay blessed.